And to everyone out there listening, welcome to another episode of the Professional Heels Podcast. You have me, Bruno Corbino, also known as the Black John Cena. You have a man, Gavin Gabriel, also known by me as the Sexy Goldberg. And today we have a very special guest. Please welcome Julie Joe from TikTok. Huge TikTok influencer, over 100K plus followers. Julie, thank you for coming onto the podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime.
Julie, welcome. That was a one-take intro. We are so glad to have you. Now, Julie, before we start, we have been having, you're our third female guest now, and last week we had our second female guest, and she gave me an extremely hard time about how we have only had two female guests, so of course we had to have another one on. You are, what I would say, I guess depending on what you call Adam, our second influencer or creator, I guess, aside from Chandler. So first off, just to give us a dip into the pool of Julie Joe, for those listeners who haven't heard of you yet or are now discovering you, tell us a little about you and your niche.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do trending dance content, but I take it a step further and I do tutorials on those trending dances. It kind of started when I was trying to figure out my niche. I originally actually kind of wanted to do fitness a little bit, but then I realized that I don't really have any qualifications and I didn't feel comfortable wanting to advise other people on that. So I didn't really know exactly which avenue to take until I really started enjoying doing the different dance trends. And then I was like, how about I help teach people these dances, because sometimes it can be really hard to learn them. So that's what I do primarily, and every now and then you'll catch me posting something else, but it's mostly dance content.
Cool. It's impressive.
Thank you.
Impressive.
Awesome. TikTok does have a pretty major platform for both dancing and fitness.
True.
How do you think the dance tutorials kind of contribute to the fitness? Like, how do they kind of go hand in hand? Like, obviously dancing, you're burning calories, you're having fun doing it, but how would you say those go hand in hand?
I mean, you're getting up and you're moving your body. I think a big part of maybe not so much fitness, but health and wellness is being able to get up and move your body. I realize when I am having not as good of a day or something, and then I decide to record a TikTok because I'm getting up and dancing around and moving my body, it makes me feel better. So, I mean, you can see on really any sort of fitness app you use, if you're recording your fitness, dance is usually on there. So it's a good way to just get up and move your body and not have to depending on the complexity of what you're doing, you can get your heart rate really up there, but you also can keep your heart rate kind of lower, but still be getting some movement in.
Yeah, it's
get the endorphins going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I admire that. I admire that. If people, people mainly do know, but I'm a bodybuilder. I wrestle as well here and there. Sometimes I've been wrestling in 2 weeks. That's bad of me. Whatever. Anyways, I I have how can I say, I've started to grow in terms of learning more about training outside of bodybuilding. There's dance, there's aerobics, there's calisthenics, there's all these sort of things out there. I've always known about that, but I've started to research more into it. And I always like the fact that, it's nice to have someone who is into fitness, but doesn't essentially have their, how can I say, their sort of handle or their headline as, how can I say, bodybuilder, or you're not just someone who's just in the gym all the time. You probably work out in your spare time, I don't know that yet, but somebody who puts it out there that you can get fit by dancing, I do appreciate that, because there are other ways of getting your body moving, and I think what's really important about fitness is that we are to move. If I'm lifting weights and bench pressing all the heavy weight, I'm moving. If I am running on a treadmill, I'm moving. If I'm cycling, I'm moving, and vice versa. All these sort of things here. So I do appreciate that. And I do like that. So I like to say, good on you. We'll dive more into that, but I just want to I just want to get my point out there. Do you know what I mean?
Touching on that, Brandon and I often kind of harp on, Brandon did tennis and with pro wrestling, and I did pro wrestling and basketball, stuff like that. This idea of adding a layer of, you're not just doing cardio to do cardio, you're doing it to have fun.
Yeah.
to enjoy yourself, it actually adds this whole second layer of like, you kind of forget you're doing it to be in better shape or to be healthier. You're doing it for your soul, for your heart,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
and
good point.
it adds another layer.
Yeah,
I agree. Like, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, and they were like, I'm all for healing my inner child, and I loved that they said that. But they were like, I love to go to like Sky Zone and jump on the trampolines and all that. And like, I do too. I agree with her. Like, I love to jump on trampolines, do all that. I get a little winded more than like quicker than I did when I was like 6, but I still love it. But that's a way of moving your body. I mean, you get your heart rate up, so.
yeah. No, that's yeah, yeah. I mean, I do cardio because I have to when it comes to the gym. But the cardio that
Yeah.
I really loved, in the ring and everything, I love cardio in the ring if I'm running the ropes, whatever. But when I was playing tennis, goodness, I used to play for hours just hitting the ball up and down, blah, blah, blah. I think my record of playing tennis was like 5 hours. I mean, I did pull my hamstring, but that was that, yeah, because
Ooh.
I was super tired. Like I didn't realize it. So I was playing recreationally with my friends, right? It
Yeah.
was on a Friday. This was like in what 2014. I remember this very well. Playing recreationally with my friends,
Okay.
right? And we had a great time. And then we had the academy training afterwards. We didn't know that it would be the fitness test. We were really tired.
Oh
And the fitness test
no.
happened, and my hamstring just went bam. And I was like, ouch, that hurt. And then I tried to run, and I was like,
Mm.
oh, I can't run. I didn't know what the hell happened, but I was like, ow, the back of my leg hurts. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that like I could play that for hours because I was doing cardio, but I was enjoying myself. Whereas now,
Yeah.
if at the end of a workout where I just lifted like all the weight of the universe and everything, it's like, oh, well, I've got to do cardio as well. I'm like, I can't be asked, mate. Do you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's just something that, yeah, I just want to, I kind of just want to hate on cardio. I love cardio, but I hate it at the same time because it's just a drag. But it's really good for you.
I've I felt that way, honestly. Like I was like, I hate cardio until I mean, I don't have it at my gym now, but the Stairmaster. I found the Stairmaster. I freaking love the
I
Stairmaster.
like it
I
too.
put whatever show I'm watching on my
Yes.
phone and I just set it there and I'll just walk on the stairs.
Yeah.
I also like walking on the treadmill too, like on an incline. So I'll do the same thing. Anywhere where I can just kind of put my phone up there and I just like forget kind of
Do you
like a
know
little
what?
bit like what I'm
Do you know
doing.
what?
That mental disconnect,
Yeah,
like your body
Yeah.
just
yeah,
goes into autopilot.
yeah. Because I
I'm
do.
like I can watch Netflix and not feel bad about myself.
That's a good point actually. That's a good point. I do the same. Not watch Netflix, but I do incline walk and I do Stairmaster because for me, again, I'm if people don't know, I'm very lazy. I'm very lazy. I'm very active. I'm very lazy. Okay. And the last thing I want to do, I remember there was like a month for us just doing like high intensity cardio, so like sprinting for a minute and resting for 30 seconds.
Hmm.
And I was just like one day, I was just like, why am I doing this, man? I can't be arsed,
It's
mate. Like I
awful.
can't be
It's
asked. I can't
awful.
be asked. So I remember like I just kind of said, okay, I'm gonna get back to the incline walk and then the stairmaster. But the issue for me is time goes slowly for me because I'm listening to music.
Hmm.
If but there was one time I'll never
Yeah.
forget. There's one time I was watching like the recent Raw episode in WWE, and I was watching it, and like literally 20 minutes just happened like that, and I just said that was great, but I can't.
Yeah.
I don't think I could be asked to do that every single time because it's just. I know the video's gonna be for like 3 minutes, so that's gonna be whatever. And then when 3 minutes passes, like, oh, it's only be 3 minutes. That's kind of how I'm like with my music, where I'm like, okay, I know this
Hmm.
song. I know this song's gonna be like 4 minutes, 32 seconds, blah blah blah. After that song's done, another one, another one. It's like there's a mental block because what I'm trying to say, guys, is before anyone tries to use it as an excuse for not doing cardio, do your cardio. Do your cardio, guys. Do it. Just, I'm not
Find a way to get your body
get
moving.
your body moving. I'm not excusing it at all. I'm just talking about myself because I'm lazy git. I'm a lazy git.
Yeah.
So don't. So
You can dance for your
I was
cardio.
I
gonna
can
pull
do like a.
Julie up and learn some dances,
Yeah, I
dude.
need to. Julie, you gotta teach me. You gotta
Okay.
teach me because I'm so done, mate. I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm just like there, like crying, like why am I walking? I don't care.
taking a taking a brief step back into TikTok, which at this point has become its own entity. I think a lot of people even forget that it started as Musically
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
was like lip syncing and dancing and
Hmm.
mostly that, and they each still have their own corner of the platform.
Hmm.
But these TikTok dances often go viral. and quickly become trends.
Hmm.
Julie, I wanted to ask you, like, how do you decide which routines you think are gonna hit? Like, which ones are you like recording and you're like, oh, this dance is gonna go big, or this one kind of is big, and maybe this tutorial will help more than like the other ones. Like, how do you kind of identify the popular trends on your platform?
Yeah, so this is kind of a multifold question. So I'm going to break this down kind of in different ways. If I start going off
Oh,
track, I'll try to
yeah,
You all right?
try to like bring me
we
back
got you.
in.
We'll do
Um,
our best.
but I think the first thing is one, I look to see if something is literally all over my For You page. But that can be difficult because I'm in the niche. And then, especially if I'm interacting with that sound, I feel like it's already going to show me that sound more
Yeah.
anyway. But still, like if a sound's all over my For You page, that's one like marker to watch. Another one is if I am watching something on my For You page and I really like the dance, I will like look at the sound and then I'll look at the top videos in that sound, and if they're all posted within like the last couple days, like that's kind of a flag to me that like okay, this is like becoming a trend, especially if it doesn't have like that many videos. Like
Yeah.
I would say if something has like 200,000, 300,000 plus videos, like it's probably already pretty viral. But if I'm catching a sound and like again all the top videos are in the last like couple hours or like day ago or something like that, and it has like 50,000 views or 50,000 videos, not views, then like that's probably like a rising trend right there. So that's kind of a way that I can figure that out too. The one I did recently, the figure one, the one we were talking about like before we started discussing this, my friend actually showed me that one. So she was like, because she's in TikTok, but she's like on food TikTok. And she knows I'm on dance TikTok. So she's like, I've seen this. This is like becoming a trend. So sometimes I get recommendations from people too. Actually, I do that a lot. That's another thing too. Like in my comments, people will be like, please do this. There was the bumblebee dance. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's like, sweet little bumblebee, I know what you want from me. People were requesting me to do that one. So sometimes I just get recommendations as well. So there's a lot of different ways that I can get videos. And then for me, even if it's not trending, if I just like really like a song, there was a dance, Justin Timberlake's Mirrors. I love that song so
Yeah, that's a
much.
good
It
song.
wasn't a trending dance, but I like did that one
Mm,
because I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this song. So
that's a good song.
Where would you say, so like with Brandon with his lifting and with his meme going viral,
mhm.
like where do you, like, a lot of these creators are turned away by the challenge of like building a fan base and it kind
Mhm.
of giving them a platform. What video would you say kind of hit to where you started having several people tagging you in videos like tutorial for this, tutorial for that, or people sending you like, can you please do one for this dance? Like, when do you feel like you kind of hit that landmark?
There's two instances that I have right here. There's the first one where I kind of got my first like wave of like more of an audience, like where I was literally seeing drastic, like I think I had like not 300,000. Oh my gosh, no. I wish. I had 3,000 followers and then like it spiked to like 10,000 followers and then like by the end of like the month I had like 50,000 followers, maybe like 25,000, and then I ended up actually like reposting the video a couple months later because it did so well. It was like my first million view video. It had like 2 million views. And then I reposted it and it like got that many views again, and then I had like 50,000 followers. So that was my first one. That was actually a tutorial for like an editing type um thing. You like
Yeah.
you set the speed to like 3x or 2x or something, and then you like move towards the camera slowly. I don't know if you've seen that one or not, me do that.
Yeah.
I know we've been connected a long time on social media. That was a couple years ago. But then in fast, it like makes you look like you're just like sliding towards the camera. So again, not actually like dance. But then for dance, the one that I got was the up dance, the Cardi B,
If it's up, then it's up, then it's up,
yeah,
then it's
yeah,
up, then
that
it's
one.
up,
So
then
that one was another like 2 million view one. So do it.
I think
I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try 'cause I look like an absolute donut. But it's like so ignore me. I'm just excited.
Well, weirdly enough, I do believe, and even though it does get a bad rap and it's kind of annoying, but like the TikTok dancing, I think TikTok dancing and pro wrestling actually kind of go hand in hand in a way where it's, orchestrated, and it's, you have to have everything down to a T, and even if it's you're not doing much, you want to sell it with like your mannerisms
Oh yeah.
and things like that. So I definitely see them kind of being hand in
Mhm.
hand.
I'm very expressive too with my dances, and I think that's because I was a cheerleader and competitive cheerleader
Oh yeah.
all throughout college, or not college. Oh my gosh, no, 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 no. I originally wanted to do cheer in college. I did not have like the full tumbling skill set to do that, and go where I wanted to go to college. All throughout high school, so I'm very like expressive with my face. So I try to do that when I'm like dancing too.
I love that.
That's clearly nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
As
you.
I think the end goal for most creators, or one of the end goals, is making this hobby and this passion and their niche, making it become their full-time job or their gig, or the thing that opens doors to the thing that they want to do.
Mhm.
What do you see as next for Julie Joe?
Right now I'm just trying to remain consistent. Right now I've been a little like less consistent. I mean, I still post all the time, but I used to be posting like every single day, and then like now I would say I post between like 3 and 4 times a week. So trying to post like every other day or something like that. So just trying to get consistent. I also post on YouTube. I'm part of the YouTube Shorts creator program. And so just trying to keep consistent posting on there too. Because I think once I can get that, I can do more things that I want to do. So, for example, I actually went out to Los Angeles in March or April to go to a YouTube Shorts creator mixer. So, if I can keep being consistent on shorts and growing, I think I'm going to be able to keep going to events like that and
Oh yeah.
networking. I also have a friend who has a creator agency in California, so I stayed with her, and she also helped me get invited to another event that I went to while I was there that was not affiliated with YouTube. And I just got to meet a bunch of creators there too. And I really think, that once you can network and meet other creators and get in the space, it also helps you to have other opportunities open up for you. Obviously, I would love to make this a full-time job, but if it doesn't happen, that's okay. My main goal with social media is like I want to go to these events and network and meet people. I am like an extroverted extrovert, so I love the adventure of life, and I just want to, keep going down that road.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Coolest creator you met
Def
at either one of those gigs. Who was it?
Oh, okay. I have this is a this is like a three. I have
Give
like
me a
three.
couple of
Okay,
them.
I
I'm not
have
gonna make you pick
three.
favorites.
All right, I have three. So there's a creator named Zachary Reality. He covers reality television and like the Bachelor franchise. I've been following him for a long time, and I met him at the YouTube event, and then he was at the other event I went to as well. It was called Mashup LA. And he was so nice. And when I talked to him at the YouTube event, but then when I got to the LA event, my friend wasn't there yet because we were coming separately. And so like I hung out with Zach for a long time, and it was super nice to hang out with him. He was super cool. So he was one. There was a girl named Rivette. She also does like reality um coverage or celebrity coverage, not reality. She does like celebrity coverage and everything. So she was really cool as well. Her name was Riri's T. We went to a movie premiere together. Well, a movie screening, not a premiere. While we were there, that was another thing from YouTube. It was I can't remember what the movie was, but it was the one starring Tiana Taylor. I think it was like 1,000 something is what it called. I don't know why I can't remember. But she was super cool. We drove there together. We got in LA traffic. We had lots of conversation in that hour of LA traffic, even though we weren't going like that far. Um, and then the other one, this was a really cool experience for me. And this creator was genuinely so nice. His name is Jeff X Tangs. He's another dance creator. I've been following him for a very long time, and he was at this massive Mashup LA event. And like right when I was leaving, I wanted to go say hi, so I like ran up to him. He was in conversation with somebody, and I like kind of tapped on his shoulder, and I was like, "Hi, you have no idea who I am, but I've been following you a long time. I'm a dance creator too. I get a lot of my dance ideas from you, because that's another way I find dances too. I follow a lot of dance creators and see what they're doing, and then if I like the dance, I'll do it too. And he's made his own dances as well that I've done in the past and I've really enjoyed. And he was genuinely so sweet. Like he was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna follow you," and I was like, "That's so nice." And then his service, like it wasn't like looking up my name, and he was like, "Here, let me get you on Instagram." So then he went to Instagram, tried to find me on Instagram. The service was still bad, and he screenshotted the search to like go find me later, and then a couple hours later I saw that he had followed me. So I just was like, that was so nice that he like took the time out, because I'm a much smaller creator than him. Like he has like millions of followers, I have like 100 something K. So that was just like really, he was really nice.
And it's weird, I think Brendan can attest to this, how like again, like pro wrestling is the same thing. Like you go to these shows and these events and you start to meet people who've been doing it and who are a little more known, and they give you down their 2 cents. They give you a little bit of knowledge or a little bit of just sometimes just the pat on the back from someone that you've kind of been looking up to, just like kind of ignites that fire.
Yeah. Actually, I have to give out one more shout out too, because I also met Max No Sleeves, and he was hilarious. He's more on the YouTube side, I believe. But I just spent a lot of time talking to him that night. He was hilarious. So he was another one I liked. But they're all like liked for different reasons, and I don't know. I want to give everybody their love where it's due, you know.
That's good.
I respect
that. With creators, or reviewers, creators, with me, wrestling for me, I haven't even been doing it for that long. Like in reality, I've only been doing it since January this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, ignoring because I had like 2 weeks in November, but I got injured, so I had to stop it and start again in January. But I've been very inconsistent, and the people I've met there have been really, really good. Being very, what's the word? They've been very motivating towards me. They've been very nice. I only know their real names because they have ring names, but I don't know their actual, like, I don't remember their ring names. And I always say that it's very nice to meet someone who's clearly like up there, but they're so down to earth. And not to say that I'm that type of person who's up there, but a lot of people have reported that people have found me a pleasure to be around with because of this,
It's
that, and this,
good.
that, and this how I am. But obviously, I just feel that's how humans should be like in general. But it's always nice to know someone or to meet someone who is up there, and rather than just taking all the glory for themselves, they're happy to help you get up there as well. And they're also very kind, sweet, attentive, and everything. And I've just because in my experience, I've met a lot of celebrities, a lot of very well-known people out there, and some like the majority of them have been very kind, and they
Hmm.
always want to give you some pointers, some advice here and there. And I feel like for some people, they give that because they actually want to see you personally be up there because they might see something special in you. So it's always nice to like hear stories where, a creator goes to a creative event and a bunch of other creators are like really good and really kind and helpful and so on and so forth. So
Hmm.
yeah, like I'm a big fan of these sort of stories. A big fan of these stories. I know Gabriel has stories himself, or he's gone to wrestling himself where he's met people. He's people have mentored him. They've been great to him, and he's obviously very internally thankful for those people. So he can definitely attest to that.
Yeah. And I definitely think the three of us could come in agreement that with social media and the power that it has, that comes with all the negatives, but there are the pros that it kind of takes away the separation that everything's not black and white. It's not just like normal people and celebrities. It's celebrities are usually normal people as well. And
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
this way to connect
Hmm.
through TikTok, Instagram, YouTube,
Big time.
it's just made it to where like you can have these kind of experiences more often.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Now, Julie, I know you're TikTok first and slowly translating into YouTube and doing the YouTube shorts.
Hmm.
YouTube looking like it's going to be, we won't get into the politics of it, but with
Hmm.
TikTok slowly kind of getting talked again about not being around for very much longer.
Hmm.
And YouTube almost on the level of Google. now. I would say like I use YouTube.
YouTube and Google are the same. They're owned by, or Google
Yeah,
owns YouTube.
but like I use YouTube more to like when I'm like if I need to change a flat tire, I'm not Googling
Yeah.
it, I'm YouTubing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
YouTube is one of those things where I think it's going to be used for like study purposes for like years to come. Like it's own search engine now.
It's cool
Did
because
you
you don't have
have-
to filter through like all the articles and like
Yeah.
and usually you like I'm a visual learner, like I need pictures or videos. Sometimes you open a blog post and it's just a bunch of text and you're like, how do I do this? So I
Yeah.
1,000,000% agree with you. I love going to YouTube or TikTok and like typing in what I'm looking for and watching like a real person explain it.
Facts. Agreed.
Exactly. And you know, social media now, there's such diverse user bases. How do you kind of ensure that your stuff are inclusive and accessible to people with like different levels of like experience, I guess, with the niche? Like, how do you welcome in the people who are like just getting started and they want to learn how to do this? Like, are you engaging with each and every one of them? Are you replying to DMs, comments?
Yeah, I think this could be another like multi-answer. For the DMs and everything, I try to answer as many comments as I can. Sometimes I just like go through periods where I forget to like answer
Yeah.
some comments and then people will get like a 6-month reply from me and they're like, I commented this like 6 months ago. I'm like, sorry, I'm like going back. But I try to answer everybody. And the other part is by making it accessible to everybody. Multi-answer again in itself. I am actually not like a dancer. I took dance lessons when I was like 5 and 6 years old, and then I took a couple hip hop classes. We actually had an instructor come to my house, and then I had all my friends over because the instructor was my parents' daughter. Like not my parents' daughter. My parents' friends, their daughter was like a dance instructor, so they like got her to come to the house, and then all of my friends would like pay her for dance lessons, but instead of going to a studio, it would be like in my garage or in my basement, which was super cool. Just to have everybody and the parents could watch and everything. It was just fun. But so I did that when I was like 13-ish. But other than that, I don't really have like a lot of dance experience. I was a cheerleader in high school, so I get a lot of just my step-by-step stuff from there. Knowing how to break things down. So I think that's one way because they're not learning maybe from a pro, which obviously sometimes that's better to learn from a pro, but there are some pretty complex movements that like, I don't know, it takes me a while to learn and everything. So, I feel like because I'm like just learning it like myself sometimes, I feel like maybe
Yeah.
it might be easier for me to like break it down. I don't know. The other thing
Like as
is
a translator, like a
Yeah.
third person translating it. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. So, and then the other thing is I do tempo dance tutorials and then I do slow motion dance tutorials. And then people have asked me for like slower versions of the slow mo tutorial. So I can even do slower versions of that. And then I also put text on top too of like what I'm doing. So not only am I doing the movements in slow motion, I'm also putting it on the text up here. So if you're like crossing, I'll put like cross. If I'm like rolling my arms, I'll put like roll, clap. So I like break that down too because sometimes when I'm watching videos, I notice people do things so fast I can't even like see what they're doing. So I feel like it also helps sometimes to be able to see in text like what is this movement like supposed to be.
I get that.
How long would you say it takes to, edit some of the videos with the captions and even if you're using a third party thing, like do you have it where like you'll sit there and take half an hour to 45 to edit it and make sure it looks good and then maybe it doesn't do the numbers that you want it to? Is there like a little bit of a frustration or a learning curve to any of that?
Like right now my tutorials actually aren't doing that well, so I'm like just confused more than anything. I mean, it's like kind of frustrating, but I feel like I've gone through this so many times where like my content goes in waves where it'll do like really well and then it's like not doing well at all and then it does really well. So it's like I guess I'm just like algorithm things and I don't know. I mean, I want to hope it's not my content. Sometimes people are like, maybe your content just sucks. Not to me, but like people will just say that. But I'm like, I hope not because I'm like doing the same content. I mean, yeah, the dances are different and everything, but it's not like I'm totally switching up everything. So sometimes I just feel like that's the nature of social media. Things are going to go in waves. But I mean, yeah, sometimes it's a little frustrating. I can always repost too. Sometimes I repost, and then especially with repurposing to YouTube, when you're doing cross plat, sometimes you'll see like one video will do really well on YouTube and not do well at all on TikTok, or it'll do really well on TikTok and then not do really well at all on YouTube. So, um, at the
The
end of the day, I
biggest
feel like
pain in my
it's
butt.
yeah, it can be frustrating, but at the end of the day, I just try to like whatever, like it'll come back around.
Yeah, do you know what?
Yeah,
I always say that. Sorry, I just want to have one point. I just want to say that, I think though, because my biggest bane, I should say, is that I'm not consistent at all with social media. I'm not at all. I get
Mm,
demotivated super easily on TikTok. I only have like what 16K followers, but I got that 16K when I had like what I used to have like 100 followers, and then that viral John Cena thing happened. Then I put out one video, it went up to 6,000, I believe, and then nothing happened from there, and it was just going down, down, down. Then I had like one funny video of me with this viral sound, and that put me up to 10K. Then a few gym videos here and there put me to 16K, and then I kind of stopped because just life got in the way and everything. And for
hmm
me, uh, I really struggle with that, and I I'm improving now and getting back to the steady consistency. Uploading like at least 3 times a week just to like do anything, even if it's just something
Good.
out there. It's just out there so that they can look at my page as informative. But I do have one guy on my DMs, and it's gonna sound so you guys can laugh, but his name, because it's a very inappropriate name, his name is literally Booty Nibbler, and it's like okay, cool. It's a cool name. It's a cool name, whatever. But he he's
it's what
really
they called me in high school.
Oh gosh.
he's really motivated. And I don't even know his actual TikTok. I followed him, but he just says like when I had like 500 followers, he was just the guy was just like, listen, bro, I really enjoy your TikToks. You're like really cool. I'm thinking, bro, I don't even know what the hell like. I'm very grateful because I feel like I know a lot when it comes to the fitness industry or just fitness in general. But my figures weren't very good because I've always been criticizing my figures and everything. And he's just the one guy who's just
hmm
kind of been motivating me and just telling me like, bro, like once you keep uploading, you're gonna go big because of the knowledge you have. Blah 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 blah. You'll be really good. So I'm really thankful to that guy. I need to actually figure out his actual name rather than just booting it. But he's really
A
helped me and.
handle like booty
Yeah,
nibbler. You don't need
literally,
a real
I have no
name.
idea why. And his face, his picture's like a bloody anime character, so like of course it's not going to be his actual face. But yeah, he really helps. He's actually really helps me way more than he expects because he's probably just a nice guy. He's just into like anyone. But my point is that the most important thing is even though your things are like up and down, blah blah blah, the most important thing is that you are consistent because that is my bane. I can't be consistent. I think what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start doing
Yeah.
more lives. I know that I know what to do, but I'm again, as I said earlier, I'm very bloody lazy. Very bloody lazy. Like absolutely catastrophically lazy. So
Yeah.
some
Hey,
days
they s-
go on.
sorry.
No, go on, go on, go on.
I was just gonna say they say you gotta do something over and over and over again to build it to be a habit. So
Exactly,
maybe,
yeah.
it won't feel like as big of a task if you do it for I think it's like 21 days or
21
something
days,
like
21
that. Then
days.
maybe it won't feel like a
I
task. It's
agree.
just routine at that
I
point.
agree. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. And the thing is, I have all the facilities to do it, but as I said, I am very lazy. I swear to God, it will happen one day where I just decide, no, no more, Brendan. You're gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it, and that's gonna be great. So that's that. I will do it. But I just want to commend you for always being
Thank
consistent
you.
even though you're
It's
seeing
a
like
hard
up and down.
habit to,
Because bro, like sometimes I
you
think
know.
there was one day I did a TikTok and I was really informative. I was really like, yeah, this is a really good TikTok,
hmm
and it got 20 likes. And I'm like, it got 20 what likes? Fucking hell, I'm swearing, bloody hell, mate, come on, 20 likes. What is this, mate?
Download it.
What is this,
Download
mate?
it and repost it.
Yeah,
Download
trust
it
me.
and repost
Because I
it.
watched the video, I was like, no, this is great. This is banging. So what is this? What's going on? So my British accent's really coming out right now when I get really animated. So
I love
I
And
it.
that's how you
I, I,
know he's getting feisty.
I sound like I
I
sound
love
like a
it.
meme because I see all these memes on Twitter of like, oh, it's bloody Tuesday. I'm like, that's how I talk like. Fucking hell. No, I'm sorry again, Jesus Christ, but I can't go over it. But yeah, so I just want to commend you. So yeah, let's not go off track.
Thank you.
That's it. But yeah, okay, we're going.
Listen, let the accent fly, dude. Julie, I know you're a Harry Potter fan.
Yes. So tell me
Yeah.
all you know about Harry Potter. But just before you start telling me about Harry Potter, I have read one book. I don't know anything about Harry Potter other than those three
You
movies.
don't? I thought you were a fan as well.
No, not every British guy's a Harry Potter fan. I mean, come on.
Well, no, because no, I mean,
We're making it more.
I mean, based on our conversation before, you were like, I was like, I love Harry Potter because you were talking about the British accent. So I was like, oh, I like some of the lingo from Harry Potter, like some of the British lingo, like I've heard before. And so your reaction just made me think that you were a fan too. You looked excited when I said I loved Harry Potter.
I'm just excited at the fact that an American likes British slang. I mean, even though they take the absolute piss now, it's like, yeah, it's cool. Do you know, I'll take it. You know what?
He's gone, dude. We've lost him. He's off the tracks. He's pissed.
All right, we'll skip over Harry Potter. Then I was gonna have you guess my Hogwarts house and everything, but if you've read one book, maybe not.
I read The Goblet of Fire, and that book I read half a page.
That was my favorite one.
Half a page, half the book.
That was my favorite book.
Do you know what? I read it when I was like
So good.
13, 14. I have forgotten absolutely everything other than the cover was like pinkish and red. And that was it.
It was green. No, yeah, it was green.
Was it? Bloody hell. You
It
serious?
was green.
Oh my god,
It was
see?
green.
I'm useless, man. What
It was
this?
pink.
What?
It was
Are
green.
you sure? Oh my god, really? I'm going, oh man, no way.
Yeah.
Was there like a dragon on it at least?
Oh.
There was the goblet. The goblet
Yeah,
was
the
like
goblet
it
was-
was like a green book, and the goblet was like in the middle.
You sure it was green?
And then I think like Harry was on one side, and then I think somebody else was over here. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna Google it.
It was
Harry
green.
Potter covers.
Goblet of Fire. Here we go. Okay. Oh no, I'm wrong. Unless they had another one. Well, no, it's still
Oh,
green.
no.
It's still green.
Whoa.
It's still green. But
Whoa.
Harry's like on the cover, and he's like got his wand up in the air like this.
Oh my god, no way. Well,
I think that's a dragon tail at the bottom. I think there's a dragon tail at the bottom of the like where J.K. Rowling's name is though.
gosh.
But yeah,
Wow.
it's a green. It's a green.
It's green, okay. So I do apologize, Julie. Yeah. I mean, I do know there is three guys. No, there's three. There's two dudes and a woman who's ginger. I believe.
Good. I was gonna say,
Um,
did you just after only having 3 female guests on here, you say the main characters of Harry Potter are all males?
No.
Hermione is amazing.
Not me, not Hermione, you.
Ooh, good accent, Gabriel. I'm proud of that one.
Nice.
It's the
Yeah.
TikTok, dude. It's the
Of
TikTok.
course it is.
It's the TikTok. That girl just reenacting that whole scene, playing all 3 characters.
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh god.
So I guess without the context of Brennan knowing more so what we're talking about, what house are you, Julie? What house?
Do you know Harry Potter?
I know it enough. I read all the books when I was younger. I've seen the movies. I'm not like into the lore, like anything that's off like kilter. I think I read the they released like the one after the original series.
Yeah.
There was like a set in the future. I remember reading that just for the nostalgia
Fantastic
factor.
Beast. Fantastic Beast,
Uh,
I think. Or are you talking about something else?
Curse something.
Cursed
Like
Child.
the
Cursed
book.
Child. It's the
Yeah,
Cursed Child.
yeah,
Yeah. I was gonna say you can guess my house, but all right. I am.
Weirdly enough, I think that's actually how we became friends.
What?
Cause I used to when I would live stream on TikTok when I used to get views, so I would live stream specifically to boost things. I would literally just do like try to find the most clickbait things to do on stream, and I would do the streams where I was like, comment your name and I'll guess your house kind of thing.
Got it. Yeah.
And
Okay.
this
I was
was
like,
like-
wait, what?
This was like the middle of COVID,
Hmm.
and I'm
Yes.
pretty sure that would have had to have been how we met.
No, we met through Boost Bus.
What? What is that?
What weren't we in a creator chat? I thought we were in a creator chat.
Oh shit!
Well, it was
You
called
remember that? I know exactly what you're talking
The
about.
creator chat was called Boost Bus, but yeah.
It was like a third party Discord-esque like.
Yeah, it was Discord. Yeah.
Holy shit! I completely forgot that thing existed. Wow, nostalgia.
Wait, but before we go,
I think No, I think I left. I was gonna say I might be in the Discord still, but
I was
think
gonna say
I'm
I
not
was in that thing
anymore.
for like a week.
Yeah, I don't check it anymore. I have a pretty good memory on how I meet people. Not
That's
always
crazy,
like
dude.
names, not always
Kudos
like
to you.
names.
I'm sorry.
But thank you. Not always
You would have had
names,
to.
but,
We
like,
would have been friends then, and you would have hopped in that live stream because I
Yeah.
remember
Oh, yeah.
talking Harry Potter with you before.
Yeah, I do. That is ringing a bell. But yeah, I'm a Hufflepuff. You strike me as a Gryffindor. I'm not sure about Brendan because I literally met Brendan today.
Right? Slytherin.
Just make a
Okay.
guess, and I'm just gonna laugh about it like it's an insult, and he won't know any better.
Cool, yeah, go for it. What do I give?
You're in the Wingding house.
Wingding. Damn, okay.
Wingding house.
Classic, Brendan.
Guess
Cool.
their colors.
Is it green?
Yeah.
I'm so intelligent.
It's not
I
real.
knew it.
It's not a real house.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course. I got played.
She's trolling.
I was like, do you know, wingding. I was like, that's interesting.
Wingding.
I never heard that one before.
Wait,
Cool.
say that with your best British accent.
Wingding. See? What is this? What wingding?
He said that like he has levels of it. Like,
What?
turn your accent up to a
What's
10
wingding?
and say it.
What is,
Hey,
what is
you can
wingding?
do that with me. I'm from the Midwest, so like we accentuate our like vowels or something, or like we make our O's sound like A's. So like I say mom, but if I want to turn up my accent, I'd be like mom,
See,
mom.
I can't
Ma'am.
do an American accent at all. Like, I just sound like an absolute doofus doing it.
Can't give us the Andrew Lincoln?
Who the hell's Andrew
I
Lincoln?
don't know.
See, I suck. I don't even know who that
Walking
is.
Dead.
Walking Dead.
I've been blowing up your phone over Walking Dead, just watching it. I'm like crying, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this just
It's weird,
happened.
Isn't that a video game?
Random segue, yeah. They do have a video game. It was a comic originally, and it just
good.
ended as a TV show. But I used that to build the bridge. The main character, they're in Georgia, so they all have this like kind of southern twang. But the main actor, Andrew Lincoln, is British. He's English.
Alright, cool.
He has a very hard British accent normally, but he does this southern twang to the point you would believe that he's actually from Georgia.
Yeah.
Like he has a
Fair enough.
I don't know if I knew he was from the UK, actually.
He was I forgot the name of the movie. It was I'll have to look it up. It was like a Christmas movie. It was based in the UK, and it was like several different stories, and they all kind of intertwine. It was like one of those movies, which usually don't do very well, but this one is actually amazing. From like the early thousands, and he's in it. And I remember when Walking Dead came out, I was like, this guy's British, I'm pretty sure. Went like 3 seasons, I was like, no, maybe it's a different guy. And then they did an interview with him, and he is in fact British. And I was like,
That's funny.
the amount of time it must take to, even go from having an accent to not, but then to also go to having a complete new accent. That's got to be ridiculously crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I really commend British actors for being able to do an American accent, because I could have sworn there was one time where I tried to do an American accent on Instagram, and every person and their dog was just like, "You are an idiot." I was like, "All right, thanks, mate. I appreciate that." So I mean, I could, yeah, like it's. I could try. I'm not gonna.
You could probably do, like, I bet Julie and I could do like a really exaggerated and almost sound like offensive with a British accent.
Definitely.
Like when I use my British accent, I just sound Australian. But like I'm sure you could do that, like with like a over the top New York cowboy-esque.
Yeah, I'm
A
thinking.
yeehaw, partner.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
to where it sounds offensive
yeah,
almost.
Yeah, man, I come from
But
the Bronx, man. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I mean, man? Yeah, man. Hey, yo, dog. Hey, yo, what you saying over there, man? Yeah, man. Hey, know what? I'm walking over here, man. You see? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. See what I mean?
I love that I'm walking over here, man.
That's a meme. That's a meme, that one is. That's a meme.
You had the Italian American kind of.
See?
Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Hey, let's go
Like
Mets,
the-
baby. Let's go Mets.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
I would like to hear Gabriel's British accent. Just say, hello, hello, I was just with the king today. How are you?
Hello. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing? Hello, how are you doing?
It's alright.
Good day.
Good day. Good day. Good day. Good day.
Good day.
Good day. Good day.
Are you up for a cup of tea?
I love a good
Okay,
cuppa.
that's just racist. All right, I
No,
draw
no, no,
the
no,
line
no.
there.
Do you know? Do you want to know why? Because I do love a good cuppa. I do love a good cuppa. Like, do you know what? That's right. I do love a good cup of tea. Thank you. Do you know what? I needed that
They
actually.
can't be stereotypes if they're true.
Cheers. Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. No, good one. Good one. Good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Guys.
brother.
Well done.
Julie, you're an absolute delight. We don't want to hold you too much longer. A couple more questions, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, with the power of social media just growing, and you know, everyone has their own platform now. What do you see the future of, you know, maybe fitness, maybe dancing? What do you see the future with social media, with, you know, the addition of the AI tools that are kind of coming about? What do you see is next for your platform?
For my platform specifically, or the niche?
I guess your niche and then your specific platform.
I mean, shoot, I don't really know. I mean, like, thinking specifically AI, like, I feel like that's just such an evolving thing. Like, I just recently learned what Chat GBT was. So, like, I don't know. I feel like it's just such an evolving space, a rapidly evolving space that I have no idea.
Crazy what that stuff is capable of, too.
I know. However, I can speak a little bit on, like, maybe, like, SEO. Like, I really try to, the best I can, like, make my titles, like, search engine optimization, like, not so much for web browsing, but, like, for more of, like, in the app. Like, how we said we like to Google things, like, or, like, Google things, like, on YouTube, like, on TikTok. Like, I will put, like, you know, savage dance tutorials, slowed, and then I, like, use my hashtag. Like, I use, like, the Julie Joe dance hashtag that I started for myself. And I mean, like, talking from that, I think, like, search engine optimization is going to be huge. And I think, again, to take it this route, I think people are going to keep using, especially our generation, our generations, like this upcoming generation, and even other generations as well, but I think especially the ones that are growing up with it and don't really, you know, like, I mean, we know, like, Google, like, what, you know, what it was like before you could just look things up on YouTube and stuff, but people who grow up with that and, like, that being the only thing they know, really are familiar with, I think that is going to be such a huge tool for finding out how to do things and resources, is, like, short form video content on social media. So I think that's just going to be huge for that reason.
It'd been like when I started and when I heavily invested myself in a TikTok, it was like you had 6 different things you could do, and you had your filters button, and you had to edit it all there. And now there's these third-party apps, and now they have it where, like, the third-party apps are in, like, cohorts with TikTok, where, like, you can just plug in stuff.
CapCut,
I see it mostly with CapCut with, like, the meme formats and try this template, and it's making it easier and more accessible, and it just makes me think from where we were 3 years ago to where we'll be in 3 years with the short video content.
Even sorry.
No, that was you're good.
I was just gonna say, even where TikTok is, I mean, like you said, it was, like, originally, like, musically, like, dancing, lip syncing, and now I, like, go on there and I learn stuff. Like, I learned, like, I thought for my whole life, like, I had, like, straight hair with, like, 2 waves. Like, that was how I'd be like, I have straight hair with 2 waves. But, like, you can see my hair is, like, pretty wavy. Like, I learned from TikTok how to take care of my hair better to kind of accentuate some more of my natural waves. I've learned how to better apply my makeup. I've learned how to better apply my skincare. Like, and I know there are other things that people have learned how to do. Like, I think you used the example earlier, Brendan, of, like, how to change a tire. Like, you can learn all these things on TikTok now. Mental health mental health tips, organization tips, how to decorate your home. Like, I'm doing that now with a new apartment I moved into, like, just all the decorating tips. But you can actually learn, like, real things that are going to be, like, applicable in your life.
You might just be, that is very true, and that's something that should be emphasized to people. And this may just be because hopefully Brendan will have my back, that we're just dumb because we're men. You are a genuine sweetheart, and I understand that you are a good person, and I would like to think that that contributes to it. But maybe just more so as females being the smarter of the sexes, my FYP is literally nothing educational at all. It is the most trolling, stupid, and it
Like,
becomes that way because as boys, like me and my friends group, if I see something really stupid, I'm like, I have to watch this. You have to watch it now. Like it's a if I'm going down, I'm taking your FYP
Oh
down
my
with me.
God.
no,
And
yeah,
that's I can't get on any social
yeah.
media without just seeing something extremely
He
stupid.
is so right. He is so right. Listen, my brain is absolutely has been obliterated by the absolute nonsense that's in my FYP, and I'm just talking
Oh my gosh.
pure trolling stuff. Just like the football
I don't know
memes.
how to fix it.
Yeah, no, there's
You gotta interact with other videos. You gotta interact with other videos.
I
It'll
can't.
start feeding you what you're
You're
interacting
kidding
with.
me. I don't like the jokes are just insane. Like there's this footballer called Lionel Messi, right? And they keep calling him Pessi because he scores some penalties. And then there's like a weird sound of like, an sort of thing. And it kills me. It's really funny. I see that all over. And it's just like it's all these trolling things. So for you, Julie, to have like, all these nice educational dancing videos. And then on mine and Gabriel's side,
They're out there. I know they're
you
out
got you
there.
got bloody trolling or this and that. It's just like I'm still watching. I'm like watching it.
You probably got the guy that's like in Central Park that like does those fart videos on your For You page.
Yeah, of course I do.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah, I
talking
do.
In the wheelhouse, same
It's
ballpark.
called Firehouse something. Oh mate, like what is this? And I'm like, it's my fault. I'm watching it and laughing. So
I
yeah,
get like I'll see like recipes or something where I'm like, oh, once I have an air fryer, this will be awesome. Double tap for the
Yeah.
like. Next video will be just dudes doing really stupid, embarrassing dude stuff, and I'm like, that's hilarious. Like,
yeah,
comment
like, yeah.
something, think of something witty, send to 7 friends, and then next thing you know, that's all I have on my
Yeah.
like. It's
Yeah.
it's hard because I don't want to share the educational stuff. I want to be like, oh, that's a cool hack.
Save
I
it.
should keep that to myself so I can act like I'm smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the last few weeks, I saw one where it's like, you know how your Tupperware, once you put like spaghetti in it once, it's just stained red. I saw a video on how to fix that, and I was like, holy shit, all this time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna download this video and save it and pretend I'm a genius.
Yeah.
And then the next video, dudes just falling off or for example, the video of that dude and the inflatable ball getting hit by a car. I was like, that
Yeah,
is good.
that is great.
Send this to everyone I know. And then it's like literally it's clouded out by the stupidity that is social media.
Yeah. That's good.
We'll go ahead and Julie, you've been really awesome. I don't want to take up too much of your time, especially with all the issues we had setting up.
Oh, you're good.
Before Brendan sets us, he'll go ahead and send us off here in a moment. But if there's anything that you want to say to those listening, what do you got going on? What's next for you? Go ahead and let the people know.
Yeah, I mean, follow me on social media if you liked what I had to say today, or if you just want to learn some dances, or even just support me, or even maybe become a friend. Feel free to reach out, DM, whatever. I don't know. My handles on all social media are JuliJo06. So you can find me there. I'm just gonna keep posting dance content, dance tutorials, on YouTube, maybe TikTok, but on YouTube I might get a little more branched out and try some other things like vlogs and stuff like that. I'm not really sure yet. I'm always open to like trying anything. Sometimes I live stream, not as much as I used to. I'm trying to get back into it. And then I'm also a really big baseball fan. So if you love baseball, follow me on Twitter because I tweet about baseball like 20 times a day. Just kidding, not that much, but I tweet about it a lot. I'm kind of annoying. But yeah, I think my team's losing right now. So yeah, we just lost. I'm very sad.
Good.
But we'll come back. We'll come back.
There you go. That's what's up, Judy.
I have like a message too, just for everybody as well.
Please go for it.
I spoke to Gabriel and Brendan about this a little bit before, but like sometimes on social media you can get some like really rude comments sometimes. And to be on social media, you really have to have thick skin. I mean, in real life, I actually don't have that thick of skin, but I think on social media I just have kind of learned to like try not to take things personally. But yeah, I mean, if you're out there listening, like maybe some people get enjoyment out of like trolling or like rude comments, but like I definitely recommend not, because sometimes you never know who's on the other side and how they take it.
Big
So
message.
I mean, I know specifically we talked about this earlier. There was a dance that in the dance it says like real nice figure, and I was doing a dance to it, and like one person commented about like obesity, and I'm not obese. I work out like 4 or 5 times a week. I like lift weights and do cardio and dance. And then another person was like, oh, go run a couple miles and it'll be even better or something like that. And like I can take that because like one, I know I'm a healthy individual. But you never know who's on the other end
Of
reading
course,
that.
of
So
course. I thank you very much for that message because I
I
think
love
it's a
that.
very important message.
thank you.
Uh, when it comes to trolls, people they just have no lives and their lives are very sad. Therefore, they like to make fun of others because it'll make them laugh and think and feel better about themselves. But we all know that they're just genuine losers anyway. So you're doing a great job in terms of having thick skin,
Thank you.
and I always say that no matter what, they always look for imperfection, or even if the imperfection is not even an imperfection, they'll look for one and make it up
You can't
themselves.
please everybody.
So exactly,
Yeah.
so that's how it is. But listen, Julie, thank you so much for being on the episode. I really freaking enjoyed it, and I'm gonna say, guys, thank you for listening to another episode of the Professional Healers Podcast. You have me, Brennan Corbino, also known as the Black John Cena. You have my man Gavin Gabriel, also known by me as the Sexy Goldberg, and we have a very happy, jubilant, and beautiful guest, Julie Joe. Thank you very much for being on the show. And on that note, we bid you adieu.